anyone remember what the cycle of sacrifice is? How various things work together to keep this world in a very stable way? It starts with annaha, food. Without food, we cannot survive, right? So, with food, Sarva Bhutani, all these living creatures that are existing today are because of the food that is generated, right? By the nature. Nature gives away this, doesn't protect the food from being taken away. You will not see that mango fruits on the tree having spines on it so that nobody can touch it. No. In fact, the mango fruit will become lovely colors. It will take the best colors of the nature and will try to attract you as if asking you to please take it, right? That's how these the food is. Naturally, the food is available for everyone. So, Anna, Bhavanti Bhutani, all the creatures are because of food. Where the food is coming, Parjanyat Anna Sambhavaha. Because of rains, the food is possible. The god of rains, Varuna, is compassionate enough to flow around the fields and produce the food out of nature. Right? How Parjanyaha is happening. Bhagwan says, Yajnat Bhavati Parjanyaha. When in olden days they used to do yajnas. Every day they used to do yajna. So when they do yajna, what they do, it's like cloud seeding. We know all the cloud seeding, right? These days we say cloud seeding. What is cloud seeding? You create temporary clouds so that rains can happen, right? So those days you don't have to create anything temporarily. When you do your activity, the clouds used to get created. How? When you do yajna, you do fire, you put a fire, you put all the necessary ingredients that are required for the environment to be clean and healthy. You put it into the fire and let the fire take away that to your surroundings. This is once, I'm just trying because it is scientifically, people can understand, kids can understand, right? But yajna means with true spirit. అయ్యో అమ్మో అందులో నెయ్యి వేసేస్తే నాకు నెయ్యి తగ్గిపోతుందేమో, అందులో నాకు ఇవి వేసేస్తే అది తగ్గిపోతుందేమో అని అనుకోకుండా whatever I have with the constant theme, with a constant thought of serving the people for the benefit of people, I am offering you to you, God. Please accept this and provide us back all the necessary ingredients to live in this world, is what you chant when you do yajna. And when you put swaha, 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 you are actually putting all your wealth or whatever you have, right, into that fire with an intent of serving the society. When you are doing that, what happens is this, what has gone into the fire, will go into the atmosphere, right? Obviously. And so will the clouds be formed. And so will the sanity of the environment will stay in, and then the rains would happen. So Bhagavan says, Yajna Bhavanti Parjanyaha. So Parjanyaha, rain, is caused because of the yajnas, right? Who is doing yajna? People do it yajna, right? Why? Because karma. I have the obligation to do yajna. In olden days, people used to never shy away from their responsibilities. These days, we have a lot of reasons why we should not do our job, right? But those days, people never used to shy away from the responsibilities. And those clean-minded and sagely people, what they used to do, they used to perform all the duties that they have. One of their core duties is to do yajna every day. So karma, because they have karma associated, they have the work associated, action associated, they are doing this yajna. Who is creating actions? Brahma. Brahma karma samudbhavam. So Brahma karmodbhavam vidhi. Know that this work that is causing the yajna to happen, yajna that is causing rain to happen, rain that is causing food to occur, food that is allowing us to live, this is all because of Brahma. Brahma is creating. Brahma is creating the work based on what? Based on my desires, right? I wanted to perform this activity, so he created an opportunity for me, so I can jump into the field and I can perform this activity. Isn't it such a nice thing, right? Everybody helping one another. So now Brahma is helping to create activity for all of us. Okay, then who created Brahma? Brahma also has to be existing, right? Then there is another Brahma, which is called Brahman, right? Which is the pure consciousness, the Supreme Lord is Brahman, right? Mahavishnu. So from his navel, in the form of a lotus, sitting on a lotus, arised the Brahma. When we say just Brahma, it is Chaturmukha Brahma, which is like the Prajapati, the one who creates the world. But when we say Brahma, in a different context, it is Brahman. So here he is saying, Karma Brahmodbhavam Vidhi. Brahma has created all the actions. Brahma Akshara Samudbhavam. From where he came? From Akshara. What is Akshara? Kshara means one that gets easily disintegrated. Best example is what? Our body. What happens after we die? Our body gets back into nutrients and gets into the soil. Whether you burn it or whether you bury it, it will ultimately go into the soil, right? Same elements. Water will get into water, the solids will solve into solids, gases will get into gases, right? So everything disintegrates. Whatever disintegrates is called as kshara. That changes, whatever changes, kshara. One that does not change forever, that is Supreme Lord. That is Mahavishnu. He is always the same, ever constant. How he was millions of years ago, he will be the same millions of years ago from now. Everything else will change. The world will collapse, every new worlds will come, but he will remain the same. He is called Akshara. So where is Brahma coming from? Brahma comes from Akshara. Akshara Brahma, which means Supreme Lord. Therefore, Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. Therefore, he, the Supreme Lord, is there in Brahma. He is there in what he created? Karma, your duties. Bhagwan is there in our duties. Whatever duty I have, Lord is there in those duties, right? And from those duties come yajna, so he is there in yajna. From yajna comes rain, so he is there in rains. From rains come the food, so he is there in food. That's why we have to be very careful when we are eating food or when we are leaving food. We should never leave food. He is there in that. Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma. Therefore, he is there in everything. Tasya Yajne Pratishthitam. That's why when we are offering anything, we have to offer in the form of yajna. Why all these elements that we talked about are doing their job with the spirit of yajna, not for their self-satisfaction, not doing for their fulfilling their egoistic desires. No. Brahma is not saying, oh, I am the greatest Lord, so let me do it. I am the boss, I can create anything. Let me show you some examples. Let me create power, let me create shit. He's not doing that with ego. He is doing, oh my God, these souls are so foolish that they don't understand that they are themselves Lord Sri Krishna. But they are forgetting about it. They need, just because they have all these desires, they are getting into the world of material world. Let me bring them out of that world. So let me give them some opportunities to fulfill all their desires. That's why he created all these opportunities for us. So we need to be always, we need to understand that the sacrifice, the kindness, the ability to understand and serve others has got Brahman in it, has got the Supreme Lord in it. That kind of thought itself will not come to normal person. If you are getting that thought, it means it is only because of Bhagwan's presence in us. Okay, that's the essence of it. Now let's go to 16th. Krititalli, will you repeat? Evam pravartitam chakram.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Nanuvartayati hayaha.
Nanuvartitayaha.
Malli. Nanuvartayatiya. Sorry, Nanuvartayatiha yaha.
Nanuvartayati tihiya.
Tiha.
Tiha.
Yaha.
Yaha.
Tiha yaha.
Tiha yaha.
Aghayur.
Adayor.
Dha kadamadi. Gha. Ka kha ga gha. Aghayur.
Agayor.
Indriya Ramaha.
Indriya Ramaha.
Mogham Partha.
Mogam Partha.
Sajivati.
Sajivati.
Very good, Tali. Very good. Mayukha, would you like to repeat now?
Yes, uncle.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Nanuvartayati hayaha.
Nanuvartayati hayaha.
Aghayurindriya Ramaha.
Aghayur indriya ramaha.
Mogham Partha Sajivati.
Mogham partha sajivati.
Mogham means pain. Mogham ante entante struggle, stress and pain. He said, Bhagavan says, Mogham Sajivati. That person will always live in pain. Who lives in pain? He is giving an example. We are in the context of sacrifice. So Bhagavan is giving an example and saying, Mogham Partha Sajivati. Arjuna, remember, such a person will always live in pain, struggle, stress, frustration. Who is he talking about? He's talking about Evam Pravartitam Chakram Nanuvartayatiha Yaha Aghayuru Indriya Ramaha. Indriya Ramaha means one Indriya Aramaha. Two words there. Indriya means the senses. Aramaha means who is Ramante. Ramante means what? Loving, enjoying. Enjoying the whatever comes through senses. He is just enjoying it and desiring to do more. Best example em cheppagalaru meeru? Where one of the senses is doing something and it wants to do more. You have 5 senses only, right? So you can give probably 5 simple examples. Can someone give me one example where you are doing something with one of the sense and you want to do it again and again and again and again? Like you can take the example of eyes watching or ears listening or mouth eating or speaking or body, the touch, right? Sensations. Cheppu talli Kriti.
Like to hear my favorite song more and more and continuously.
More and more and more and more. Forgetting about like tomorrow is exam, you have to do your homework. I don't know. I'm hearing this. Once this is over, I will do my homework. But this is not getting over at all because one song goes, another song comes, another song goes, another song comes. There is no end to it. This is Indriya Ramaha. Okay. This is called as Indriya Ramaha. Nice, Tali. Good. So, Aghayur Indriya Ramaha Mogham Partha Sajivati. The one who is constantly living under the influence of senses, as a slave to the senses. Whatever sense is bringing, he is entertaining that and enjoying that forever, forever. He doesn't want to stop that. He wants to do more and more. Such a person, right, who is also Evam Pravartitam Chakram, who does not follow the cycle of sacrifice. His role is to do yajna. His role is to serve the society. His role is to perform all the activities with the sense of sacrifice. It's not doing it that way. Maybe he's doing, but for selfish reasons. Or sometimes he is not doing at all. Akarma, right? So either of these two are happening with people. Such people who cut the link. See, this is such a beautiful cycle. One helping the other helping the other, and the overall world living in a very happy state. People who are not understanding this logic, when they bring the individual selfish goals into the picture, their own material desires into the picture, enjoying the senses and only becoming slaves to those senses, not saying, okay, I know it is going to give me some body pains and all that, but I will still do it because it is my duty to do this job this way for the benefit of others. That sense, once if it does not come to one, right, then he is the one who is cutting that link of sacrifice, that cycle, chakram, right? Such a chakram, such a beautiful cycle of sacrifice is being cut by people like those. And such people only live ultimately. Today, I may be like looking happy, well, established and successful in life. But over a period of time, they will be the one who will be living in pain, stress, dissatisfaction, frustration. Mogham is that feeling. Okay? So, that is the essence of it. Evam pravartitam chakram na anuvartati iha yaha. One, anuvartana means following the cycle. Those who do not follow this beautiful cycle of sacrifice will always live in pain and misery. All right. So it is an indication to Arjuna saying that, boss, you are also supposed to work for the benefit of others. Don't think of yourself, your mama, your tata, and they are in the other side. I will not war, I will not do the fighting and all that. So don't think about it. Think about others who are being disturbed by them. All these king Duryodhana and the Kauravas, they are creating a ruckus in this world because of their unruly behavior. They are not the people who will be justifying everyone. They are the one who are the robbers, stealing the wealth of others. Such people you are entertaining, where you have all the potential to kill and acquire your own kingdom, bring some stability in this world. You are not doing that for the benefit of others. You are the one who is cutting that cycle if you don't fight. So please do your job. 17. Padma Tali, can we repeat? Can you chant this? 17. Are you there?
Yes.
Yes, tvatmaratirev syad.
Yastvatmaratirev syad.
Atmatruptascha manavaha.
Atmatruptascha manavaha.
Atmanyeva cha santushtaha.
Atmanyeva cha santustaha.
Tasya karyam na vidyate.
Tasya karyam na vidyate.
Krishna, can we do the full line?
Sure, sir.
Yes, tvatmaratirev syad. Atmatruptascha manavaha.
Yasvatmaratirev syat atmatruttasya manavaha.
Yes, tva atma rati. Rati means enjoying. Rati reva. Yes, tvatmaratirev syat atmatruptascha manavaha.
Yasvatmaratirev syat atmatruptascha manavaha.
Atmanyeva cha santushtaha. Tasya karyam na vidyate.
Atmanyeva cha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate.
Well, Bhagavan is saying, we are worried about all the work that we have to do, right? Bhagavan is saying, if you do with the right approach, there will not be any work for you at all. What is this logic? The previous one, he is saying, one who does not perform the activity with a sense of sacrifice is going to cut that link of the beautiful cycle of sacrifice. And so he will be living in pain, misery, and frustration, right? Now he is saying, for a person who is working with the sense of sacrifice, there will not be any work anymore. How does that tie up? How is it possible? For this, we have to understand how the work is getting generated. Who is creating the work for us? Who is creating the actions for us? Brahma. Why he is creating the actions, we need to understand. Why he is creating? What is his job? His job is like a mother. If you are crying for a chocolate, he will give a chocolate. If you are crying for like cool drink, he will bring a cool drink and put it in the fridge. That's what his job is. If I am crying for wealth, he will give me all the actions that I can do to create that wealth. If I'm crying for helping others, he will put me in a mission or a charity where I can do, there is no limit to what I can do as an action, as a service. If I am desiring to steal others' wealth, he will get me into a profession where stealing is very common. Stealing the others becomes a very common norm. So, based on my desires, he is giving me the actions, correct? So, Bhagavan is saying, when actions come to you, do it with an intent of serving others. For example, I wanted to become the rich man in this world. That was my desire. Whatever money I get, I spend very little and I keep everything into the banks and I just keep building my wealth. Okay. Brahma says this guy, and my desire is to build more. Brahma says, okay, do it. He will give me opportunities. He will make me a leader of some company or something, and I'll probably do a lot of stuff to get the money. Now, while getting that money, if I do it with the intent of serving others, sacrifice, with the sense of sacrifice, what will happen is eventually, over a period of time, I will lose the desire, the strength of the desire to gain money. My focus will be to help others, and my focus will not be on building the money. So over a period of time, slowly I will transition into, oh, whatever I have to build money so that I can help many people. Because my goal is not to build money, my goal is to help people. So today I have $10. I will put $10 into service. Tomorrow I have $20 to share. I will put $20 into market. Bhagavan gives me $1,000. I will give $1,000 to service. Now, by doing this, the intent, the desire in me to create wealth will automatically come to a stop. Why? Because I will feel that whatever is coming is because of him, Brahma. When it comes to me, I will do everything possible to build that in order to share to others. The more I build, the more I can share. That's why I will work, and work. This is how a person, when he starts thinking, the desire to build more wealth diminishes. Bhagavan sees, Brahma sees, oh, this guy is not having that strong desire at all. So why I should give him that? Maybe he is desiring for something else. Looks like he's desiring more to serve, right? Let me give some ability for him or opportunities for him to serve, and he'll put those actions on to us. This is how it happens. So Bhagavan is saying, when you do an activity with a sense of sacrifice, at a point in time, there will be a moment where there will not be any work to be done. Nothing is to be done by you. Why? Because you don't have any desires. When you don't have any desires, there is no action that is assigned to you. When there is no action, there is no work. You're not going to do anything there. Right? That's what this means. Yaha tva yahatu atma eva. So the one who is satisfied in himself, contented with whatever he has or she has, not requiring more, not asking for more. Today I have small amount of food to eat. I eat with the same exact happiness. Tomorrow I have more food. I eat with the same sense of happiness. The amount of food that is required by me to keep this body moving and serve in the society. This kind of a thought process will make me feel desire free. I will not seek for more lavish lifestyle, something that is not required. I will not desire for it. So if I don't desire, then I will not work towards it. The work will not arise because of it. Understood? So Atma Ratireva means he is self-enjoying inside. He is not looking for outside. He is enjoying inside. He is satisfied with whatever he has or she has. Such a person. Truptascha. Atma Truptascha means one who is satisfied with what they have. Simple life. Such people are the ones very happy. And for them, because they don't have more desire, the work will not arise at all. What does that mean? What will they do if the work doesn't arise? That is exactly all the gurus in this world do. They don't have any work. They have fulfilled all their desires. All that they have is their mind, body, and intellect are constantly in action to serve others. Free. For free. They don't have any desires. They don't have that work to be done, but they'll still do it. Good. So let's go to 18 and see Bhagwan what he's saying next. All right. Sheetal, Gautam, can you come closer now here? So I can hear you. We'll go 18th. Be louder, as loud as you can, because it has to reach here. Naiva tasya krutenarthah na kruteneha kaschana na chasya sarvabhuteshu kaschidardhavyapashrayah. Let's repeat again. Naiva tasya krutenarthah na kruteneha kaschana na chasya sarvabhuteshu kaschidardhavyapashrayah. So one who is constantly happy and satisfied in himself, having no additional activities and actions being assigned to them, such person, na eva tasya krutena artha, whatever has been done doesn't bother them. So let's say they have done some activity, they don't really get bothered about what is being done, what are the activities that are being done in front of them. And na akruteneha, the ones that are not being done, also do not bother them. Suppose today we see the news, we go to the news and see, oh, something has happened. Oh my God, how bad these people are. Worried. It has nothing to do with you. But we go to that news, we learn about something that has happened, and we start building agitations in our own mind as if it has happened to me. For a person who is satisfied in himself, contented in himself or herself, such a person will have nothing to bother about. Whether it is something that's happening in the outer world or something that is not happening in the outer world, it has nothing to do with this person. Why? There is no expectation. He doesn't expect anything. He doesn't expect something to happen. He doesn't expect something not to happen. Somebody planted a bomb somewhere, it blew up, something happened. Okay. Happened. News is news. Not bothered. At the same time, something is happening in a good way. Like so many people have collected together, they were doing some yajna and all that. Okay, good. Why? Because this guy has got no desire whatsoever, but he has everything inside which he is entertaining. So he is satisfied with whatever he has. He is contented with whatever he has. That contentment comes only when you do action. Without action, this contentment will not come. There is a misinterpretation. A lot of people think that not bothering about others, not bothering about the external world will make me happy. No. The answer is, not bothering about the external world should be an end result. not the starting point. How it will reach, how you will reach there is Bhagavan already said. Do everything that you must do without desiring for more. When we do that, we are not desiring for more. Over a period of time, you will lose the requirement of the action to be done. It does not mean such a person becomes lazy. Just because I'm satisfied with whatever I have, just because I'm contented with whatever I have, I will not stop working. Please don't think that way. I will keep working, but without any desire. Because I have this body, I will keep working. Sahayajna praja srishtva. Brahma did not stop, right? Did Brahma stop? Oh, I created these from these many millions of years. I'm creating life. So let me take a rest for one day. I will not create. He's not saying that. He's constantly creating. With a spirit of sacrifice. He doesn't have to, but he's just doing it. Same way, a person who is satisfied in himself, contented in himself, will not bother about the external world, what is happening and what is not happening. He will not bother. He will also not depend on vyapashraya. Ashraya means dependent. He will not be dependent on anybody else also. Oh, for doing this work, I need 10 people. If 10 people doesn't come, I will not do it. He says, this is a job of 10 people. I am only one person. I will do the actions that are possible by one person. Then I will do the actions that are possible by another person. Then I will do the actions that are possible by another person. I will do it 10 times. Done. I don't depend on anybody. This is the beauty of a person who is always self-satisfied and contented. He is not dependent on others. He is not dependent on others. He is not looking for what has been done. Oh, I have done my job. Those 10 different things are not done by them. I'm worried. Let me get them do it. So he constantly does his job the way it must be done. If there is no one, he will just still do it. Doesn't step back. Doesn't depend on others for his actions. I want to do this action. I will do it only if you wake me up at particular time. Only if you give me this. He will never say that. No dependencies at all. Zero dependencies. Beautiful, Kada. Huh? So such a person, right? Bhagavan is saying, Naivatasya krutena artha na akrutena iha kaschana. Here, whether something is done or not done, it doesn't matter to him. Nacha asya sarvabhuteshu kaschid artha vyapashrayah. He does not depend on anything for the work that needs to be done. All right. We have a few more minutes. Let's do 19. Let's do 19. Okay. So now you know how a person who is working in the spirit of sacrifice behaves in this world. He or she will not depend on anybody. He will do his work and he will not bother about what's happening around, what is not happening around. And he or she will be completely satisfied and contented with whatever they have. This is the beauty of the person who is working with sense of sacrifice. Okay. Let's do 19th. Padma, can you repeat after me?
Yes.
Tasmadasakta satatam.
Tasmat asakta satatam.
Karyam karma samachara.
Karyam karma samachara.
Asakto hyacharan karma.
Asakto hacharan karma.
Paramapnoti purushaha.
Paramapnoti purushaha.
Kriti Talli, can you repeat? Thanks, brother. Thanks, Chali. Tasmad asakta satatam karyam karma samachara asakto
asakto
yacharan karma
yacharam karma
paramapnoti
paramapnoti
purushaha.
purushaha.
So, explanation is given to Arjuna in this verse. Tasmat, therefore, asaktaha satatam karyam karma sama achara. That why, Arjuna, you have to do the activities always, satatam, every time, consistently, every time, always, satatam. Not like just once in a while. Once in blue moon, we'll be like, always. That's why always, how we have to perform the action? You have to perform the action asaktaha, without any attachment, without any desire, without any longingness to repeat. So, in that fashion, perform your activities sama achara, which means do it in a very equipoised mind, balanced state of mind. Don't get excited. Don't get depressed when you're acting on something, right? With a balanced state of mind, act upon the duties that are assigned to you. Asaktaha hi acharan karma. When you do that way, what happens? Parama apnoti. Apnoti means you get, you gain, you receive. What you receive? Parama. Parama means what? The highest of the happiness. The ability to understand Lord is present in you. That understanding you will get. That kind of happiness which does not perish. If you know that you are, let's say you have a small pet in your home and someone tells you in the dream that that pet is none other than Lord Shri Krishna. It just looks like a pet, but it's actually not a pet. How will be your reaction from next day onwards? You will be the most happiest person because Lord Shri Krishna is always around you, isn't it? Such will be the feeling when you know that Lord Shri Krishna is within me. He is making me do everything that I'm doing. That feeling will come. That feeling is called as Parama Apnoti, which means understanding that Lord is nowhere else. Lord is there within me, seated in my heart, helping me do what I'm doing right now. This feeling is called as Parama Apnoti. It provides the maximum amount of happiness that you can ever imagine. Such happiness will be provided for people who are working with asaktaha, unattached mindset. Understood? So that's why tasmad asakta satatam karyam karma samachara. In such a spirit of sacrifice, it's such a spirit of detachment from the egoistic requirements of the work. Perform your duties and see, you will see me in you. That's what Bhagwan is trying to explain to us here. Let's give a break here. Okay, we have done up until 19. There are few beautiful examples after this. And also Bhagwan says, what are the other benefits of doing work like this? Okay, when you are reading, when you are writing, when you are studying, don't study just because you get good grades. Study because today, whatever you are learning, right? Tomorrow you have to apply it in work or somewhere, or maybe teach someone else the same concepts. At that point in time, the learning that you are having right now will become a service. Think of it. Whatever you are learning today will become a service for tomorrow. That's why you are learning. With that intent, when you learn, there is no way you can make a smallest mistake. You cannot bring a little, very tiny little sense of laziness or detachment from the core subjects will not come when you are learning with that intent. When the intent is higher, the actions will be superior. So that's what Bhagavan is trying to enforce into Arjuna. And by enforcing into Arjuna, he is also enforcing into us. Right? Okay. Any questions or anything others want to share? Any examples? You can also share anything that you go through. When we talk about these verses, you can also interact and participate if you want to. Definitely. It's not one-sided. Okay. All right. So let's.
I think Kriti wants to share something like she
Yeah.
did something for. I mean, she volunteered, like was collecting the lunch status of their students or something. She was telling me like last week. Kriti,
Oh,
want to share?
Kriti, you want to share something, Tanvi? What happened? What did you do?
Uncle?
What did you do? What did you like? How did you like share? You shared something with Krishna, uncle, right? Krishna, mama. What is that?
Like how you are volunteering for the
What did you
lunch
volunteer for?
to make sure people are all eating properly.
Huh? I was, yeah, even though my teacher told me to not do it, I just made sure that everybody ate their lunch when I was the lunch monitor in the class.
See the beauty of the verse and the example that she's setting up. She forgot what she has done. Yeah? So whether something is being done or not done, it doesn't bother to her. She will easily do it and even forget about that. That is really a great way of doing certain things. Kanna. You do something and you don't even care what you have done. Somebody has to remind you forcibly that, oh, you did this, right? And then you will recollect and say, yes, yes. That is goodness and kindness of heart. Keep it up. Okay, this is for all of us to learn from each other. Very good example. Thanks, Krishna, for bringing that up.
She even forgot to like have her lunch
Oh,
to make sure like others are eating.
this is the greatest essence of kindness. Okay, very good. Keep it up. Hmm. But do take good care of yourself also. To have such a person being helpful to rest of the students in the class, that person has to be healthy, that person has to be energetic, right? See, Sheetal is liking a lot now. So please do whatever good you are doing. It's a very good cause of making sure everybody is eating. These days, that is not something which is probably missing in many of the people. You're doing a great job. Just keep it up. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else who wants to share anything that has happened? All right. So let's close with end the session with the closing prayers. Om Sarvesham Swasthir Sarvesham Shantir Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavir, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll continue from 20 the next session. You all have a good rest of the week and a happy Sunday. Bye. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, uncle.
Bye, Tali.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Sri
Bye, Uncle.
Bye, Nana.